Laurel, are you there? You still haven't sent me any photos of little Betty. Oh, I want to see my granddaughter, so hurry up and send me some.
Mom, my daughter's name is not Betty. I've already told you that we decided to name her Wednesday.
Oh, but Betty is such a classic name. It has such a lovely ring to it, and think of all the lovely Bettys that have existed in the past.
Be that as it may, my daughter's name is Wednesday, okay? Please don't go calling my daughter strange names that don't even sound like her real name.
Oh, come on. What's wrong with calling her Betty?
Nothing is wrong with that name, but it isn't the one that Richard and I gave to our daughter. So please don't go calling her Betty, okay, Mom?
Ugh, you can really be such a pill, you know that? But fine, have it your way. Can I at least get a few photos of the lovely lady?
Mom, I'm really glad that you're so fond of Wednesday, but you ask for new photos every single day. Not only that, but you come over to our house all the time as well. Why not just take the photos that you want then? I'm sorry, but I'm really busy and I don't have time to be taking photos constantly.
What kind of excuse is that, huh? It just takes a couple of seconds to send a photo. Surely you aren't so busy that you can't spare a second to show me my granddaughter, right?
Except that you're always critiquing the way that I take those photos. You're always telling me the lighting isn't good enough or telling me to put her in some silly pose. By the time I get the photos that you actually want to see, I've already wasted 15 minutes.
But I only want to have more photos to show my friends and neighbors. That's why I have to make sure that the photos you send me are as cute as they can be. I bet you don't even know how many people around here are brought joy just from seeing your little girl.
I really don't think you need to be showing these people so many pictures of my baby daughter. And I think that they're probably much less interested in seeing Wednesday than you think. Besides, maybe you shouldn't be the one showing off her photos to everyone, do you think?
Oh, you have no idea what you're talking about. Everyone loves little Wednesday. They all say what a beautifully cute little girl she is. In fact, they all say that she looks just like me. But then again, I was known for being quite the looker when I was younger. So I'm glad that I was able to pass those genes on to her in a way.
You aren't going around saying all of that to others as well, right?
Which part are you talking about?
I mean the part about you being known for being pretty when you were younger.
And just why shouldn't I be saying something like that, huh? Everyone really did think I was stunning back in my prime.
Well, that's all well and good, but don't you think it's just a little prideful, maybe?
Oh, I think people who believe that are just covering up their own insecurities. Either that or they really are just fatties who don't like seeing someone prettier than them.
Okay, well, that's just a pretty straight-up rude thing to say about other people. All I'm saying is that if you go around bragging about yourself so much, people are going to want to stop hanging out with you.
Well, it's not like I'm going around calling people fat to their faces or anything like that. Even I have the good sense to keep my mouth shut when I see someone really, really ugly. I mean, they probably already know how they look. What's the point in reminding them, you know?
Just hearing you talk about other people like this is starting to irk me, Mom.
Well, it's been a month since you've given birth, hasn't it? I bet it's probably just your hormones being imbalanced. Don't worry, things will settle back down for you.
I really, really don't think that it's that.
Well, I'm just glad that at least your child looks like me. Because your siblings' children? Ugh, not so much. Sometimes I wonder if they're even really my kids. I mean, we don't even look all that similar.
Mom, are you kidding me right now? How can you be saying that about your own children?
Well, it's not like I'm saying any of that to their faces or anything. I'm only telling you because you're not them.
So then, as long as the actual people don't hear what you're saying about them, it's okay to diss them like that? Besides, isn't John and his wife letting you stay with them? How can you say something like that about your son when he's doing that for you?
But surely you think it too, right? You must think that you have the cutest baby out of the rest of your siblings, don't you?
I really don't feel that way at all. And I think that John's daughter is a very cute baby.
But her face is all, well, it's a face only a mother could love.
Okay, Mom, can we just stop talking about how other people look? Anyway, Wednesday just woke up from her nap. I've got to go and deal with her.
Don't forget to send me some pictures, okay? I'll be having dinner with friends tonight, so make sure that you get them to me by then. Ooh, and maybe a video, too. Laurel, did you get a call from Tiffany earlier today?
I did, yeah. She's gonna come over next week to watch Wednesday for me. I'm really lucky to have a sister-in-law as kind as she is. Last month was so hectic that I just didn't have a chance at all to speak with her. But I really do have so much that I can learn.
You know that you could have just come to me to ask for help, right?
I know, but Tiffany wasn't there when I gave birth and hasn't even met Wednesday. And last month was such a rush that we just didn't have any time to meet at all. I also haven't been able to go to the salon or even really sit back and take a breath for myself since having Wednesday.
Well, I'm sure that you must be feeling the need for a lot of help at times like these, right? But why not ask me for help when you need it? I've helped you before, remember?
When did you help me before?
Well, while you were doing all the chores around the house. I was keeping an eye on Wednesday while she was napping, remember?
I remember you sitting in the same room as her to watch her, but I don't really know how much of a help I would really say that was.
Well, that's probably all that Tiffany is going to do. But I'm your mom, and I want to be here for you when I can.
I get that, but I really don't feel like being around too many people still. It's just that Tiffany and I are so close, and I think that she knows what I'd expect at this time of my life.
So you think that Tiffany knows better about what to do than I do? Huh, I still think that girl has a lot to learn, you know.
Oh, really? You do? What do you mean by that exactly?
I'm just saying that she's still a young woman and doesn't have all the experience that I do. Not only that, but she looks like a total mess who has no idea how to take care of herself in the slightest.
I'm sorry, but I'm really not following with that last one. I think that Tiffany takes really good care of herself. Besides, her kid is already 3, but she tells me that she still manages to take care of the house, herself, and her baby all by herself. Even though you're there living with her and John.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Are you trying to say that I don't help out with those two as much as I should?
Well, do you actually help out? Because the way John talks about it, it sounds like you just lie around all day and do whatever you want.
How dare you talk to your mother like that? I do plenty around the house.
Well, I certainly hope that you do. After all, we're all family now, and I would hate to find out that any of that were true.
Well, it's not true. I do plenty of things to help out. I taught Tiffany how to change a diaper when she first brought her little girl home.
I feel like lots of parents don't know how to change diapers at first, though.
Okay, well, do you know that Tiffany hardly even cooks real meals for us? I feel like she just cycles through the same recipes all the time.
Okay, but doesn't Tiffany have a part-time job?
She does, but she only has shifts twice a week.
So then she's taking care of the baby, doing all the cooking and cleaning, and working a job? I don't really see anything bad about repeating recipes if they're healthy and if her little girl likes them.
But it's so boring! You can tell that she has no idea what she's doing in the kitchen.
Mom, don't you think you might be acting a little harshly towards Tiffany? I mean, maybe just ease up on her a little and let her live her own life? If you're really so upset about her cooking, why don't you offer to cook for everyone then?
I do cook now and then, thank you very much. And just why do you always take Tiffany's side over mine, huh? You have no idea how hard it is for me living with those two. How can you just throw your own mother under the bus like this, huh?
I'm not trying to take sides or throw anyone under the bus, Mom. I'm just saying that maybe you're being a bit subjective with all this, and most of it is probably actually fine. Why do you always have to turn things into a competition between you and someone else?
You really are a useless daughter, you know that? I really thought you would be more understanding of what I'm going through.
I don't get it, Mom. If living there is really so difficult for you, then why don't you just move out? After all, you're always complaining about living with them to me. Why don't you quit whining and do something about it?
I am not whining, thank you very much. Besides, you know how lonely I've been ever since your father passed away. And besides, John was the one who agreed to let me live with him. Also, I figured that it would be cheaper than having to go find a place to pay rent. Not to mention the fact that I really like John's place.
Well, if you're getting all that out of living there, then maybe you could be a bit more grateful to them for letting you stay. And if things are really as bad as you say living there, then maybe it's time that you moved out.
Well, it's not like I hate living with John and Tiffany. I just thought you should know about how much patience I have living here, and I'm going through things too.
Well, yes, when you share a house with other people, it can be difficult at times. Families fight all the time when they're sharing a space like that, but it's about being able to work through those tough times.
But I'm telling you that I really do have it really hard.
I'm very sure that you feel that way. Anyways, I have to get Wednesday ready for a doctor's appointment, so I have to go right now.
But I'm not done saying all I want to say to you yet.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have an appointment and I can't be late. I'll text you later when I have more time. Hey, Tiffany, I was just wondering if you had a quick moment to chat. Also, I'm really sorry if I'm bugging you at work right now. I don't want to get you into trouble.
Oh, Laurel, how's it going? I actually don't have any work today, so I can chat. What's up?
Ah, good. I was worried I would be holding you up or something. I just wanted to say I'm really happy you could make it over yesterday to meet Wednesday for the first time.
Aw, thank you. I'm so sorry that it took me this long to finally be able to do so.
Oh, you really don't have to worry about that at all. I've also been so busy ever since I had her. I'm just happy that our schedules happened to line up and that we could make it work out.
Yes, it was so nice getting to see you yesterday.
But I just wanted to ask you a little question. What was up with that gift that you brought over?
Oh no, was it not enough? I was really worried about it.
No, it's nothing like that. I was wondering if there wasn't some kind of mistake or something.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you gave me some raffle tickets inside of the card that you brought over today.
Raffle tickets?
Yeah, I just never heard of anyone getting a gift like that after having a kid. Is it supposed to be like a good luck charm kind of thing? I just had never heard of it before and wanted to ask you about it.
But I didn't put raffle tickets in there. I went to the bank and took out $500 that I put in there.
Wait, you were gonna give me a check? I'm sorry, I'm really confused right now.
No, I was meant to give you the cash and that's it. I was going to give you money to help you buy all that baby stuff.
Well, you know that shopping area around where you guys live, right? I got 5 raffle tickets from around there instead, so I guess I was just a little confused.
Oh no. Well, I don't know what happened, but I'll come over with the check right away.
Hold on, don't go and do that. If you already took out the money to give me, then you shouldn't have to take out another $500. I couldn't make you do that.
Well, I really appreciate the thought, but more than anything, I just want to know what happened.
It's strange, but I'm not upset about it. Who knows, I might win something big with one of those tickets. You never know. I'm more worried about what would have happened between you taking the money out and giving me the card.
I know that I went to the bank. Then I stopped by the store to get the card and sign it. After that, I put the money in the card and left it on the kitchen table so I wouldn't forget it when I went to your house yesterday. But I never even bought raffle tickets, so I am just stumped.
You left the card and the money on the kitchen table? Tell me, did my mom happen to be home at the time?
She was, actually. Or at least I'm pretty sure that she was. Although I think that she left the house before I did to go run some errands or something like that.
Do you think it's possible that my mom might have something to do with this?
You really don't think that your own mom would have done something like that, do you?
Do you really think that she wouldn't? I'm sorry, I realize that I'm putting you in an awkward spot right now, but lately I've just gotten the sense that my mom has been really harsh on you. I guess I'm just kind of nervous about how things are going with you all living with each other. I mean, do you think my mom is annoying? I'm sure she's always saying mean things to you, right?
Well, I think that she just wants to encourage me to do better than I already am.
So she is always saying things to you then. Ugh, Tiffany, I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that.
There's really no need to apologize at all.
No, I mean it. John and I should have noticed this from our mom sooner.
Well, it's not all her. I really could be doing better around the house. I just really want your mom to like me.
Tiffany, you really are a sweet woman, and you're already doing more than anyone should for their mother-in-law. But I don't think that you have to be so modest. You have a right to be comfortable in your own house too, you know? I'll talk to my mom about this and try to set her straight.
I'm really sorry you even have to do that, Laurel.
You don't have anything to be sorry for. It's my mom who should be apologizing. Anyways, I just hope that you can hold on a little longer. I'll talk with John about this too. Maybe you two can come over to my house sometime soon and we can all talk about this in person. Mom, I think that we need to have a little talk.
Oh, well, what would you like to talk about, Laurel?
It's about Tiffany, actually. You were right. She really just has no sense about her.
You mean that you finally get it? Ah, I told you, didn't I? I told you that girl has no idea what she's doing in life at all. She's a total ditz. But why this sudden change? Oh, did she do something to make you finally realize I've been right this whole time?
Well, she came over to give me a gift after having given birth. Only there wasn't any money inside the card she gave me.
Oh, you're kidding me! What kind of person gives a gift at a time like that isn't even money? She just wants to keep all her money for herself and skimp out on gifts for her family.
It really is a shame. Don't tell me that this means she's been doing this to other people as well.
I am telling you, that girl just has no sense about her at all. That's why I'll never truly accept her as my daughter-in-law. She just refuses to change the things that I tell her. She's just not good enough for my son.
Do you think maybe the two of them should get a divorce or something like that?
You know, I was actually having the exact same thought earlier this week. I mean, what kind of person gives raffle tickets as a gift after having a child? That girl needs to learn a thing or two about the real world, or else no one is ever going to want anything to do with her. I think she just did that to you because she's just jealous that your baby is cuter than hers.
Mom, I never once mentioned anything about any raffle tickets.
Wait, what?
I knew it! I knew that you were the one who switched out the money for the raffle tickets!
Hold on. Did you really not say anything about tickets at all? Well then, I guess I must have just come up with that one on my own. Oops.
It's too late to try to cover your tracks now, Mom. And I was lying about not liking Tiffany. I was just trying to see if I could get you to come clean about this to me. But now I see that you were doing all of this to her to try to turn people against her.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all, Laurel.
I already said it's too late to try and play dumb, Mom. Well, you're gonna keep away from Tiffany and stop living with her and John.
What do you mean? Why should I have to stop living with the two of them?
How about because you're bullying Tiffany? You make her do all the housework while you just look for ways to criticize her. I really can't believe how cruel you've been to her this whole time.
I wasn't being cruel at all. I was just trying to give her some friendly advice as her mother-in-law.
And I'm sure that Tiffany would be kind enough to say the same thing, but I know that isn't true. Tiffany recorded some of her conversations with you, and I was just appalled at what I was hearing come out of your mouth. You were calling her all kinds of horrible names and putting her down like she was nothing.
Well, I don't see what's wrong with being honest and telling someone what I think about them.
Oh, really? Because I think you would only do that if you were sure you could get away with it.
But I really was just trying to make her into a better wife for John. Is that really so bad? Oh, I can't believe that you're really going to be taking her side over mine on this.
Well, I really feel like I just don't have any other choice in the matter at this point. I mean, who wouldn't take Tiffany's side in this when you're treating her like a maid? Tiffany and John are tired of living with you, and John wants nothing to do with you anymore. And I don't want you coming over to my house either.
Wait, John is going to stop talking to me?
Of course he is, after the way you've been treating his poor wife.
But I didn't even do anything wrong. This isn't fair.
You literally verbally abused Tiffany and treated her like a slave around the house. In fact, I really want to cut you out of my life too. But I have no idea what you might try to pull in the future.
Laurel, please, talk some sense into your brother. You can't really be okay with all of this, can you? Maybe you are right. Maybe I have been a little harsh on Tiffany.
It's way too late to make excuses or try and apologize now, Mom. You were more than happy to try and ruin Tiffany's reputation even among her own melee.
Well, then tell her that I'm sorry for everything. Surely that will fix the whole situation, won't it?
Just give it a rest already. Haven't you already done enough to the poor woman? This isn't something you can just wash away with a mere apology.
But I don't want to live by myself. Please. What are my neighbors going to say when they stop seeing John and Tiffany hanging around?
I suppose you'll just have to tell them the truth about what happened. Or not. I suppose I really can't know what it is you tell people to get them to believe what you wanted them to. Just don't expect any of us to come and help you if you need it.
Laurel, I really am so sorry about all of this. I'll give back the money if that's what you want. I'll apologize to Tiffany and everything. Please, she has to forgive me for this. I never wanted this to happen.
You know, Tiffany is kind enough that if you apologize, she probably would forgive you. That's why she asked me to deal with you in her place.
But my back has been hurting me so much lately. How am I supposed to take care of the house all by myself?
Your back has been hurting? That's not what I hear from John and Tiffany, who see you going out into the town and coming home with heavy shopping bags all the time. But if it's really getting that bad, maybe it's time you put yourself in a home.
I promise never to do anything mean to Tiffany ever again. I swear it.
I think there's one with a vacancy sign somewhere downtown, right?
Please, you can't just cut me off like this. I'm your mother. You can't just leave me to grow old all by myself. I really am sorry about this.
Poor Tiffany has been putting up with your nonsense ever since they moved in with you. She did everything that you asked of her and more, and you never once had a kind word to say about her. Well, now they realize that you need them more than they need you. This is what you get for taking advantage of people's kindness like that. After that, John and Tiffany packed their bags and moved out from my mom's place. Tiffany told me it was like a heavy weight had been lifted from her shoulders and that she felt like she was finally able to breathe again. My mom, on the other hand, acted like a big baby and howled as if the world was ending around her while they left. She began calling me, sobbing at me over the phone every single day. It started taking up so much of my time that I finally told my mom that I would be blocking her number if she didn't limit her calls to real emergencies. The calls became much less frequent after that. I heard through the grapevine that after John and Tiffany moved out, that Mom had become a bit of a recluse and has even stopped going out on her famous shopping sprees. Although I imagine that her neighbors must be grateful that she stopped wandering around the streets looking for anyone who she can brag about her grandchild, and herself, too. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.